Bobby Witt Jr. and the Kansas City Royals going to New York to take on the Yankees. Going to be really exciting. We have game one's matchup, Michael Wacha versus Garrett Cole. That game's at 6:38 Eastern on Saturday. It'll be broadcast on TBS. They will get Sunday off, and they will turn around and play game two on Monday. That's already been announced as a lefty duel, Cole Ragans versus Carlos Rodon. Both teams would play again on Wednesday, and that's officially a TBD. So, Saturday, Royals at Yankees. How are you feeling about that?
I think that is probably going to be the Yankees' best shot at winning a game with Garrett Cole on the mound, just because, again, it's shaping up to be a postseason of upsets, Lindsay.
Mm-hmm.
And the Royals, in my opinion, the Royals have the better pitching staff than the Yankees, because the Yankees really have Garrett Cole, and they have a really top-heavy pitching staff with Garrett Cole at the top. But the Royals is more deep. The Royals have a deeper pitching staff, and the Royals have
feels like the Royals bullpen is more reliable.
The Royals
Clay Holmes has not had it all year.
Yeah, the lineups kind of match up pretty well outside of Aaron Judge and Juan Soto. The Royals have Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino's coming back or he was back in the wild card series.
Mm-hmm.
So. Again, I think the Royals have a little bit deeper of a lineup than the Yankees. I think this is probably going to be the most evenly matched series of the divisional series round, but I'd still think the Royals are going to upset the Yankees when it's all said and done.
Interesting call there. The looking at the season record, Royals went 2-5, were outscored by 18 runs by the Yankees in those 7 games. I do agree that it feels like the Royals, one, I think speed-wise, they definitely have an advantage over the Yankees as far as just speed up and down the lineup. This Yankees squad is not particularly fast. They don't really do a lot of base stealing. I don't really feel like they're even that good at running the bases. Mm-hmm. A lot of their thing is predicated on getting guys on so that Judge and Soto can drive them in. And if you can somehow contain Judge and Soto, which is easier said than done.
Absolutely.
If you can somehow either contain them or minimize the damage to just what they can do, you have a chance. But I do want to point out that in the month of September, nobody scored less runs than the Kansas City Royals. They had the least runs in all of baseball. The White Sox outscored the Royals. And yes, they didn't have Vinny Pasquantino, but you saw in their 2-game series against the Orioles, I believe they scored 3 runs in 2 games. And I do feel that outside of Corbin Burnes versus Garrett Cole, it's a comparable quality of pitching staff for the Yankees and the Orioles. And so what I need to see is the Royals being able to score some runs, because we have not seen that since September came around. It's now been a full month of them struggling to score, and they've scored enough to win. I mean, they scored enough to still make the postseason. They scored enough to advance past the Orioles, but they've got to score enough to be able to take down a better offensive squad in the Yankees, one of the higher scoring teams of the season. And that's my concern, is that they're not going to be able to score enough runs to keep up with the New York Yankees.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. I can definitely see that. I think that game one is going to be very telling of how the series will go as a whole. Mm-hmm. Even with as tough as Garrett Cole is, if they are able to even just string together some hits here and there and put up 1 or 2 runs against Garrett Cole, I think that we'll have a better indication of where their offense currently stands and how they're going to fare against the rest of the Yankees rotation throughout the series.